Hey there guys, it's Victor Thorpe, Olympic speed skater here in Milano-Cortina, selected, qualified for my third Winter Olympics. It has been a lifelong dream for me to make it to the Winter Olympics. Making third games is absolutely insane. I'm always curious to see how does it actually work. Why I was so inspired to even chase that dream is because I saw these athletes sharing that experience. So I'm gonna share that with you guys. And I think the one thing there's been the most questioning and curiosity about is how do we live at the Olympics? I'm gonna share that. So let's just take it from the bottom. You enter the village, we have 6 massive buildings, and depending on the size of your country, you have an amount of floors or rooms on that floor. Denmark is pretty big because we have the whole ice hockey team and Victor Thorpe, the one speed skater in the main Milano-Cortina village. We're on floor 5th or floor 5. You mount in an elevator and then you come out into this kind of shared space where all the countries really make a massive effort in making it Danish or Swedish or Finnish or American or Canadian, but just adapting that for whatever country there is to give that strong sensation of you're fighting not just for you or your sport, but your entire country. And I think they've done a great job. So you enter and there is a couple of shared rooms. Say this one, we have table tennis here and some massage tables because it's where we get treatment between workouts or racing when we go back to the village. And then we have a larger shared room because even though there is a food hall where I made a video, check it out, where you can get almost all the food you can dream of, there are some things that you really don't find easily outside Denmark, say the chocolate milk that I'm used to, or having a warm oatmeal with the usual toppings. And then of course there's some national sponsors that provide us with specific energy products, which is nice. And also, I'm sure most of you can relate to this, it is hard that to get even your breakfast, you would still have to get dressed, walk outside, sometimes the weather isn't ideal, and get to this food court. And after a late evening of racing where you want to sleep in and be tired, it is pretty nice to just walk 5 meters indoors instead of having to get fully dressed and be out there and be sociable in difficult foreign languages. So it's kind of nice. Now, that area also has some cool games. It has this projector where we can watch other athletes, other sports, and just get a nice cup of coffee. We have 3 coffee machines in Denmark, even though the coffee here is pretty good, I would say. It's again really nice that you can wake up before you're actually gonna get up here. And I brought my little sourdough starter that I keep alive in the fridge here, and I also brought my own little pour-over thingy, so you can make it a little more personal. It's also the room that kind of is the official office of the National Olympic Committee. So if ever you have any issues, say my shirt didn't fit me or I need an extra hat or an extra bag, whatnot, this is where you go. And especially where they handle all this media stuff. And if there are any issues, that's the place. Now, what do the apartments actually look like? I think that's the main question here. They are fairly, I'm standing in one right now, they are fairly minimalistic. Compared to some of the previous games, you heard stories about Rio. I can confirm it was the case in Pyeongchang. Things were not entirely finished. The food hall is not finished. Some of the rinks are very temporary, but where we live, despite being super tiny, they are finished and they are of good quality. The only issues we actually had here in the village was that there was no light in most of the toilets or bathrooms for the first few days, so that got awkward if you had a roommate. And the electricity was just kind of going on off, but they solved it within a few days and now it's honestly working pretty well. They are planning to use this entire Olympic village as apartments afterwards. So you get that sensation, but they are very small apartments. I would say more dormitories, because there are no kitchen, there's no sink, there's other than the toilet, but there's nothing more than what you would find in a hotel room. Single person bed, obviously in double rooms, you have 2 single beds. It's fairly narrow and there is 1 wardrobe, 1 little closet for clothes to be stored. And then surprisingly for how minimalistic it is, there is a bidet, aka a butt wash. Maybe that's just standard inventory in Italy. They have some, fine butts, I can't tell. But we have that. I use it as storage for my stuff. And then there's a decent shower. And we have storage under the bed, but this is what an Olympic kind of room, it's not a hotel room, but it feels a lot like it looks like. Now, some athletes may be, used to, I'm not gonna say better quality living, but maybe more exclusive accommodation. So there are some entire NHL hockey teams that are not living in the village, but living in nice hotels closer to the arenas, which I understand about the part about being closer to your arena. If my financial situation was on a different level, I may consider that, because it's 45 minutes each way. So if you have a practice or 2 practices per day, you would spend 3 hours on the bus. So in that way, I understand it, but honestly, I'm pretty stoked about this. Also, there's a drying rack, so we can do laundry in the basement. That's free. They're taking care of all of that. So we can just go do it and come up here, hang it out in our apartment. I think it's super nice, and yeah, it's convenient, and you know, I know we're not paid to be at the Olympics, but all of this is free, and it's what I've dreamt of since I began skating when I was 6. It is overwhelming and underwhelming at the same time. I just want to highlight how grateful I am, and I think this goes for a lot of athletes to even be here. It is kind of a wild dream, and I just try and take it all in, and it's incredible that this is a real thing happening, and I love to share it with you guys, and I love answering all those questions you have, and I love making these videos in my spare time. I think I saw a comment that was like, you should focus on your racing, not content. This is me focusing on my racing. I've done this for the last 14 years. I relax a lot more when I make these things, and there's nothing more draining mentally than just sitting on a bed for 10 hours on race day, overthinking the heck out of your race. That drains that whole mental strength or mental kind of energy reserve, and by doing this, I'm just having a great time and sharing all of this and realizing that I'm already happy even before the start goes of my race, and I think that allows me to just give it everything without any, I don't know, fear of what could go wrong. So I'm having a good time doing this, and I appreciate everything that you guys give in return. So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, but also just enjoy the Olympics. I do, and I hope this makes you feel like you're a little closer to the actual games. Find me on ONLYFANS as well. I share a lot more content there, more exclusive. I'm not naked, but there is just more insights from the Olympics, and that's why I do it, because I love it and I love sharing it. Especially seeing the support and all the comments, the messages from you guys, it just motivates me to try and skate faster and share it with all of you. See you for the next video.